What I'm talking about, man. I gotta thank the guys for coming through. ISU PK, Boston, doing their thing out there, you know what I'm saying, sharing knowledge and all that good stuff to y'all. So pay attention, man. You might not agree, but you'll learn something from it. You know what I'm saying? This is us out here, EK radio station. You already know what it is. This is your man, James Pozil show every Friday night, 9 to 11. That's how we do.
A car out of walk. I pray this devil die and get every evil thing the Lord got to give. And listen, I know you look at us in the state we in right now. Come here, Shahala. Come here, Shahala. I know you look at us in the state we in right now, black people on drugs, and we suffering and dying. And I know it seems like you can do whatever you want to this people. I know it seems like this, but the time for glorifying yourself is soon at an end.
You already know, about to get this interview popping, man.
West till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. One west till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me.
Yeah. What's up, man? What's going on? You guys already know what it is, man. It's the Pozil show every Friday night from 9 to 11 on EK radio station, baby. You can find us on TuneIn. And new channel, it has changed. It's not 91.1 FM anymore. Just find that out today. So don't blame me. I didn't know. Hey, it is what it is. You know what I mean? It's 102.9 FM. Yes, if you want to go check it out, you're in the Brockton area. You know what I'm saying? Our range is growing. You know, give us a chance. You know, it is what it is. So 102.9, that's where we're going to be at. It's freaky fun Friday. Damn it, we are here. It's going to be very interesting tonight. Tonight I'm going to play the student. You know, usually I'm always the counselor, the big brother, the teacher or whatnot or whatever, talking to people. Tonight I'm going to play, I'm going to try to play not so much the student, but a listener. Okay. You know what I mean? I'm going to play, I'm going to listen. I'm going to ask questions because I'm sure you guys want to know, you know, a little bit about here and there, you know, what these brothers are all about, you know, what they've been doing, how long they've been doing it, and why, the reason why they chose this. Because, you know, it's not something that you see everybody out there jumping on, you know what I mean, you know. And there's a lot of soldiers out there, don't get me wrong, you know, eyes open, that understand what's going on. But some people do it in a different fashion, right. You know what I mean, different facet, different religion, different style, or different whatever it is, you know what I mean. But you guys I don't want to misquote, I don't want to be whatever, so I'm going to give you guys the mic to sort of like tell me what is it that you represent. Okay. You know what I'm saying? And what is it all about? And then after that we'll get into, you know, subject matters and whatnot or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So go right ahead and jump on the mic. Let's do it then.
Alright, so I'm Precinct Officer 5000 with Cobb of the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Start out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohana. And we've been dropping this troop since 1969, you know what I'm saying? So you asked, what are we about, you said? Mm-hmm. All right, so basically the whole purpose of the ISUPK is to give so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians, you know, their identity back. You know what I'm saying? Now, when I say that, it's like every brother that's in this room right now, you know what I mean? You know, at one point in time, we identified ourselves by, you know, the names of our slave masters, you know what I'm saying? The same person that, you know, whoop our backs in, you know what I'm saying, that made us pick their cotton, you know what I'm saying? We identified ourselves as them, that enslaved us, that raped our women, you know what I mean? That's how we identified ourselves. And when I say that, right, like I'm a so-called Puerto Rican, right? So the reason why I say so-called is because I'm not a Puerto Rican, you know what I mean? Puerto Rico just means rich port, you know what I mean? That's what Christopher Columbus, when he came over to the Americas and he saw all the wealth on the borders of the island, you know what I'm saying? He said, we're gonna call this a port of riches. You know what I'm saying? This brother, he's Haitian, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So, how did the Haitians become Haitians? You know what I mean? From the French, you know what I mean? They didn't identify themselves as Haitians before they encountered the French. You know what I mean?
Actually, yeah, but it was spelled differently. It's A-Y-I-T-I. That's our original name or whatnot. And for some strange reason, somewhere along the line, we lost the name, and then we started adopting the Haitian thing, which is the you know what I'm saying, how you change your name from here to here and whatnot, and that's they started calling us. But
Exactly.
it was the land of the mountains.
It's because
It was an Indian name.
It's because when they was going to war with the French, you know what I'm saying, they started calling them Hades, you know what I'm saying, which means hell, you know what I'm saying? So that's why you got the name of the island is Haiti, you know what I'm saying? Because of the French, you know what I'm saying? But even if you just look at all the land masses that we have today, look at America,
True.
you know what I'm saying? Named after a European explorer, Amerigo Vespucci, you know what I'm saying? But that's the whole point I'm trying to get in, you know, is the identity factor, you know what I'm saying?
True.
Like so-called black people call themselves black, you know what I'm saying? Like black as a color is not a nationality, it's not an ethnicity, you know what I'm saying? So that's another thing that we was called from our slave masters, was black, you know what I'm saying? That's how they identified us, you know what I'm saying? You got brothers with the last name Washington, Butler, Turner, you know what I'm saying? Where did they get those names from? They got those names from the slave master, you know what I'm saying? So here you are, your name is how you identify yourself. If I tell you to pull out your ID right now, you know what I'm saying? What's that word? Oh, Salaki. I'm like, he brother trying to get me up on the mic. You know what I'm saying? If you was asked to present your ID, not to me, but if somebody wanted to see your ID, it's for what? So they can identify you, who you are, and they got your name on that thing. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But they don't have who you are. You know what I'm saying? That's who enslaved you on there. You know what I'm saying? That's how we identify ourselves. You know what I'm saying? So basically, we giving so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, you know what I'm saying, back their identity, you know what I'm saying, which is them being the 12 tribes that make up the nation of Israel. You know what I'm saying?
My question is,
and then also if I could, just to, you know what I'm saying, finish it off, and heritage is another thing, you know what I'm saying? Like we have our own high holy days, we have our own laws, you know what I'm saying? We have, you know, we have everything that makes us a people, you know what I'm saying? The same way America have everything that makes them a people. They got their holidays that they celebrate. They have their constitution that they abide by. You know what I'm saying? The same could be said for our people. You know what I'm saying? We have our own constitution. You know what I'm saying? And that's the laws that's contained inside of that Bible. Those are the laws that we give blacks and Hispanics. Like we was talking about it a little bit before about how, you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? In Boston, it's that friction, you know what I'm saying? Brothers, but
been there for a minute,
what's going to bring a resolve to that is, you know what I'm saying, those laws that's contained inside of that Bible. You know what I'm saying? Because that'll reestablish brotherhood. That'll set boundaries. You know what I'm saying? The Constitution of America wasn't written for us. You know what I'm saying? But the laws of Moses was. You see what I'm saying?
And that's where my question comes in. It's I understand everything you just said, and I actually agree with you with everything that you just said. The thing is, for example, someone like me. You know, he probably can identify, because I don't know if you grew up here or you grew up in Haiti. Like I grew up in Haiti. You know, I left when I was I actually left when I was 17, about to be 18. But I used to come here when I was little, whatever. Right. But I actually made my stop when I was like 17. So there's a lot of stuff that I had already learned, like the basics of who I am. You know what I mean? As a Haitian person. You know what I mean? So with that said, I find it a little difficult to take in everything that you just said to me, because I cannot really identify with that type of struggle. You know what I'm saying? The struggle of being here in America, in the United States of America, in the USA, and then, you know, the way you were treated and whatnot. And I never knew that. I never knew those things, you know, and my mother didn't know it. Right. My grandfather didn't know it. I mean, we had our little struggles here and there, but, you know, we've been free since 1804. Okay. You know what I mean? Right. So being that we have a different set of mentality. We have a different set of mentality, and I'm sure he's antsy to jump in. But I just want to make the point real quick. You know, like I grew up with a different set of mentality, meaning that, like, for example, I'm gonna give you a perfect example. When Kanye said it was a choice, I totally agree with him.
It was a choice? What's that?
Slavery was a choice. I totally agree with it. Let me explain to you where I'm coming from. Let me explain to you where I'm coming from. Let me explain to you where I'm coming from.
All right, come on with it.
In life, it's either you do or you don't. You know what I'm saying? Us, Haiti, in 18 something or before that, we started the war since 14. Well, when the slave came in, it was 1600, probably 200 years before we got into the whole getting our freedom thing.
Right.
We made a choice that do or die, we not going to be slaves. We didn't know the outcome. We were in the same condition.
Right.
You know, we've been treated with all the stuff that you named earlier, rape our women, all that. We were in it,
Right.
in it too. But we decided, you know what? Enough is enough. It's either we die or you're gonna give us this land.
Right.
Period. You know what I'm saying? And we went all in. And when he said that to me, I understand. I can't understand that it's a different system. That's what I'm saying. That's why it's a little hard for me to kind of view it the same way. Because it's a different system. You were the minority here. You know what I mean? You were surrounded by a system that's already set in. You know what I mean? That was already set for you. So it was a little harder for you to kind of get out of that system and fight and get out. Okay. Those that fought, bravo. Whatever meanness that you had to fight, you fight, whatever. But you gotta understand the ones that didn't grow up in that type of system. We see it as if like, man, yeah, you had a choice, man. You could have just fight or die.
Okay. Now, if I could, right?
Go ahead.
So you said like you basically didn't suffer the same oppression from the same oppressor.
Well, I'm speaking for my grandparents before me.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, you know what I'm saying? So you're saying that you didn't suffer the same oppression from the same oppressor that we did, you know what I'm saying, in the so-called Americans, correct? You know what I'm saying? So that's why I wanted to pass it to the brother because, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to this, he's very well versed in the Haitian, like you said, the culture and all that. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I just want to input one thing, right? Now, matter of fact, I'm gonna let the brother rock. I'm gonna let him rock out.
Man, I understood what he said. Maybe he said it the wrong way when he said it. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes Kanye, because when you say certain things, sometimes if it comes out the wrong way, people tends to be a little more like, you know, I don't know. But it's sometimes it's the truth. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes it is. It depends how you deliver
So if I could ask you a question, right?
Talk to me.
Do you feel like that was an insensitive thing that Kanye said?
At that particular moment, yes, it wasn't sensitive because the way he said it. You know what I mean?
Regardless of the way he said it, do you think that statement was something that was insensitive toward black people, so-called?
Yes and no. Let me explain real quick. Yes, because of the time that we were in. You know what I mean? Because that's when the whole thing, you know, a lot of black kids, black men was getting shot or whatnot and whatever. So the sensitivity, the way we felt about certain things, it was up there. You know, we were feeling a certain way already about the way they were treating us. You know what I'm saying? So at that point there, you don't just, it's like somebody being upset at a particular time and then you be like, yo, can I get that dollar you owe me? It's not like they don't owe you that dollar. It's not like it's not your dollar. But Jesus Christ, right now, like, come on, son. Like, it's not the minute to be telling me stuff like that. So I don't want to take it that way.
Let me just ask you a quick question also, right? You see what I'm saying? Now, what is slavery?
Well, it's being held against your will and making you do things that you wouldn't normally want to do. Slavery, you don't have a choice.
Slavery,
yeah, but you can break that choice.
Slavery is involuntary, brother. Slavery is involuntary servitude.
I understand that, but you can break that chain. That's why there's
now, but why I say it was insensitive that he said that, because you got to think about it. Like, rather than to say something like that, you should empathize with black people. You know what I'm saying? And then
why do we always looking for sympathy though? Why can't we just get up and do?
No, but listen to what I'm saying. Well, I'm not saying not to get up and do anything. But what I'm saying is, you know what I mean? When you say that slavery was a choice, what you do is you take the attention off the slave master. You know what I'm saying? You remove all accountability from the slave master, and then you put it on the slave.
And that's why I said he worded it the wrong way.
Somebody who had to see their father get bent over a tree and then raped up the butt to deter other slaves from revolting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what you gotta. You know what I'm saying?
Understand
somebody
that,
who had to see their mother
at the same
get
time
pulled away but get pulled away by the slave master, rape the mother, come back to the father. You see what I'm saying?
That's at the same time. Let me explain.
Now, let me
those that got killed. Those that got killed.
Hold on, if I could, I'll give you the floor back.
Okay.
And then listen though, if the brother did do something, what the white man gonna do? He gonna kill him. You see what I'm saying? Now this brother want to protect his child. You know what I'm saying? So his wife get raped. You know what I'm saying? He want to protect his child. He go ahead and he go kill the. He try to attempt to kill the slave master. Let's say he's unsuccessful. What's gonna happen to him then? They probably kill his child.
Let me ask you a question.
They probably kill his wife. They'll probably make the other slaves pay. You see what I'm saying?
Do you think the mentality was different in Haiti with being a slave?
But this what I'm saying. You said what you said was as far as like empathizing. You know what I'm saying? The time we shouldn't. We should just get up and do something. Now I'm not saying that we shouldn't get up and do nothing. But what I am saying is though, that's why we should empathize. You know what I'm saying? Here you got somebody who's reaping all the benefits off of the backs of our people, off of the enslavement of our people, off the torment of our people. You see what I'm saying?
That's why I say yes and no. You worded it the wrong way.
Accountable for his actions. You know what I feel like? Our people have been accountable continuously.
Okay, did we have a choice? Did we have a choice?
But just listen to what I'm saying. I
would love for you to answer that.
I'm gonna come back to it. I just want to get my point. I just want to get my point out. You know what I'm saying? But this is what I'm saying though. Like how, like that doesn't register with me. It doesn't register with me well because you know what I'm saying. We can't. Like our people pay the price. You know what I'm saying?
Is it what he said or how he said it?
You know about a Tatiana
I just want to make
Jefferson?
sure I know. I understand where you're coming from.
Have you heard about a Tatiana Jefferson?
Not really, but go ahead. Talk to me.
Okay, this is a sister in what is it? Fort Worth, Texas.
Dallas, near Dallas.
Yeah, it's in Texas. A sister that was in Texas, you know what I'm saying, murdered in her home. You know what I'm saying? A neighbor called, you know what I'm saying, for a wellness check for the sister, you know what I mean, a non-emergency line, called a non-emergency line, you know what I'm saying, to give a wellness check for the sister because her front door was open. The police officers come to her front door and they murder her in cold blood. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, that's just one incident.
I know there's a lot of incidents I've heard about. There's a lot of incidents.
A brother who had a cell phone in his hand, his back turned to the police and was murdered. You know what I'm saying? And what the last cop for Tatiana Jefferson got? Administrative leave, and then he quit himself. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not gonna dispute none of that. I understand and I know about it. Yes.
They get away from murdering our people.
And I'm not even gonna argue that with you. That is the truth. You're right about that.
That's the point that I'm trying to hone in on is that, you know what I'm saying, you look across the board, you look throughout history, and then you'll see that our people always pay the ultimate price for anything that they do.
I understand that, but I'm still gonna go back to my originality.
Hold on, you know who never pays the price though? The slave master never pays the price.
I understand that. Well, we made to pay the price.
You know what I'm saying? The one
1804, we made them pay. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. We an example.
Okay, but now, can I ask you this? You made them pay the price.
Let me make a point real quick. Let me make it real quick. Give me 2 seconds. The thing is, yes, I understand I understand that it was a different setting. It was more industrialized at the time. It was a lot of stuff going on. Like it wasn't like back in the 1400, 1800 where you could just pick up a machete or pick up whatever, you know, like a one bullet gun or whatnot. It's like the battle. It was a little different because there was already a system around it that kind of like reinforced everything else. You know what I'm saying? And other people was pretty much allowing it to happen. You know, other white people allowing it to happen.
Right.
Basically. But what my point is, beside all of this, you know, extra stuff and the details and cases that happen, and I totally agree with you, we've been going through it. I get it. I totally get it. But at one point in time, that's why God gave us free will. At one point in time, you could always be like, you know what? That's it. Let's do this, and that's what happened with 1804 with our people. They got this. They decided, you know what? That's it. That's enough. Not just kind of like passively try to change the system. You know what I mean? Sometimes you need a revolution. Sometimes it's past talking. That's always been my mentality, and that's one thing I'm proud of my people for. Although they have major issues, they have a lot of issues and whatnot. But one thing about them, when they decide that's enough, believe me, they mean it. That's enough, and it doesn't matter where it's gonna take us. Do or die, I'm gonna cross that line no matter what. Cause I decided that's enough. Right. That's what I'm saying. Like why you think that like people up here never decided to be like there was not. I mean there's Everton and there was other people that did get to that point. But why you think it wasn't more doing it? Then it's like the numbers. When it comes to the numbers, it was less people fighting that way than others. Okay. Others chose to take the other route, like the passive route.
Okay, so you saying passive, and then you talking about. All right, now I understand what you're saying.
Past talking.
Now, it's past talking, right? Mm-hmm. Now, that's not gonna solve anything.
It did.
You understand?
And I'm gonna keep going back to 1804. It did.
I understand. I'm gonna help you out though, right?
Okay.
It didn't solve anything because if it did, why are Haitians leaving Haiti and coming to America?
Okay.
Right, you understand?
Let me answer that question.
Why are they not there trying to reconstruct it?
Let me answer that question.
And then this is another thing too.
Okay,
I don't want to get it confused. Like I care about all blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians.
Yeah, me too.
You know what I'm
It doesn't
Haitians,
matter. I don't care. I think we all
you know
the same. We all the same.
Like so, regardless if you know what I'm saying, my specific people didn't endure the same type of
I did say that
pain that I endured, right? You know what I'm saying? But my brother over here is not eating. You know what I'm saying? My brother over here is being made to pick cotton. You know what I'm saying? I want to do something about that. I'm going to do something about that. You know what I'm saying? Now this is the thing, right? You saying doing it passively, right? It's not being passive, right? Now this is the thing, right? Just because you don't use violence as a resolve, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't mean that it's passive.
For lack of better word, I apologize.
Because like I told you earlier, when I said the laws of that Bible, you feel what I'm saying? Now, you know what I mean? The white man has something he calls that is systematic oppression. You know what I'm saying? So he don't gotta put you in the field and make you pick cotton no more. He don't gotta beat your back in or nothing like that.
There's
you know what I'm saying? There's a system to make sure that you stay impoverished. You know what I'm saying? There's a system to make sure that you get incarcerated. You feel what I'm saying? So now, what would you do to combat being impoverished, to combat being incarcerated? You know what I'm saying? What would be the resolve for that?
It happens all over the world. It's happening right now as we speak. People evolve. People do things. People. If you can't change the system with words, maybe I'm a little too radical. Maybe that's my mentality. I'm a little too radical. This is what it is. Right. This is what it is, and that's the way I view the world. I'll talk to you once. I'll talk to you twice. I'll talk to you 3 times. Once I'm done talking 3 times, and I tell you, okay, I'm done talking. I'm done talking.
Right.
I'm done talking. You know what I mean? Because I gave you chances. 3 chances to talk to me and resolve the problem.
I understand what you're saying, but this is the thing, right? We do talk, right? We speak, right? But when we speak, the things that we speak to you require you to use your actions. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You got a precept? All right, just hold that thing for me real quick. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Just bear with me 1 second out here.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So this is the thing, right? We stop blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians from being drug addicts, from being drug dealers, from being murderers, you know what I'm saying? From sisters being prostitutes and promiscuous, and brothers being pimps, you know what I'm saying? And liars and thieves, you know what I'm saying? Now, the things that once these brothers and sisters find out this truth, that's what they stop doing. You know what I'm saying? And and they stop sleeping with another man's woman. You know what I'm saying? They stop doing that. They stop having irresponsible sex. They stop getting a woman and putting her away. You see what I'm saying? So they're changing their conduct. You know what I'm saying? Which is the action. And if you're not selling drugs, you know what I'm saying, you ain't got to worry about the police and ending up in the penitentiary. You know what I'm saying? If you're not sleeping with another man's wife, you ain't got to worry about him kicking the door in while you're sleeping with his wife in his bed and him murdering you. You see what I'm saying? Now we changing the conduct. Now this brother doesn't get incarcerated. You know what I'm saying? Now we don't lie to each other. Now me and you can have a business. You know what I'm saying? We can have a partnership and we can have this business, and now I can trust you to handle the finances. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't think that you're going to be dishonest to me because now, you know what I'm saying, now that we follow this same code, you know what I'm saying, I know that you won't lie to me. There's no distrust between us. You know what I'm saying? That's what the Bible does. These are everything that I'm saying right now. These are laws that come from the Bible.
I understand. I understand.
So
that
these are things that change. Now, but I just want to finish it off. These are things that do change the condition of black people. And then once we find out that we all the same people, you know what I'm saying? That Haitians, Jamaicans, you know what I'm saying, Hispanics, you know what I'm saying, black people, we all one people, you know what I'm saying, and then we have these laws that govern us, that, you know what I'm saying, we are to abide by, you know what I'm saying. Now we on one accord, now we on one unit, you know what I'm saying. Now we can move towards one goal, you know what I'm saying, toward fixing our condition. You see what I'm saying? And then, you know what I'm saying, we can train up brothers, you know what I mean, to defend their nation. You know what I mean? You look at our people right now, you can't go to war without an army. You know what I'm saying?
Of course
so
not.
You have to have an army because, you know, America has an army. Russia has an army. You understand? All these places have an army. If you want to talk about going to war, you have to have an army first.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And then it can't just be any old brother that you have in your army. You have to have somebody that's a soldier. And to be a soldier requires discipline.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? You can't be a soldier and you can't get off smoking cigarettes.
And I totally agree with you.
You can't be a soldier and be an alcoholic. You see what I'm saying?
I totally agree with you. I totally agree with you in every sense of the. Believe it or not, I'm not the perfect person. You know what I mean? I know. Well, none of us are. But what I know my flaws. I know what it is or whatever. But at the same time, there's certain things that's beyond all of that.
What do you mean?
There's other things that's required also. It requires that others that's in different setting, different groups, and different mentality, and different religion, different whatever, to start thinking the same way you thinking, which is a
What do you mean? Which is the same way?
No, I don't mean as far as religion and whatnot.
No, I'm just saying. What do you mean?
No, as far as that, being clean, like you said, being honest. Those are things that could be across the line from it doesn't matter what religion or whatever you follow.
This is the thing though. You can't have your own definition of what you think clean is. You know what I'm saying? And I have my own definition of what I think clean is. Or I'm not just going to use me and you. Let's say you got two cats on the street, right? He got a definition of what he think is clean, and he got a definition of what he thinks. Now this cat thinks that it's okay to sell drugs to black people. You know what I'm saying? This other cat thinks that it's okay to sleep with prostitutes.
There's a method to my madness. The reason why I just did that just now is just because I wanted to prove a point. We have to get everyone in the same. We have to come to a conclusion. Let me make that last statement, and then we're gonna get into some music, and then we're gonna come back. Let me make that last statement. Let me make that last statement. We have to come to a position where no matter who we follow or what we do or whatever, there has to be that one line of things that we can all agree on.
If I could just throw one quick thing in.
You have to say one more thing. Jesus Christ.
I'm gonna be quick.
I'm trying to have the last word here.
That's what I'm talking about. The laws of the Bible, that's that one thing that we can all gravitate towards where we will.
Yes, but not everyone believe in it.
That's all I want to say.
And that's the
everybody ain't got to, but listen.
And that's the reason why the other side, the so-called one world, the new world order, that's why they're betting on. They're betting on trying to get everyone to follow that one doctrine.
No.
By trying to eliminate, no, they're not. But by trying to eliminate everything else that other people believe, but just confuse everyone, so they could say, you know what, y'all been trying to do this all for thousands of years. Look at this. Why don't we try all this? All of us try this thing instead. That's my point. But when we get back, we're gonna talk about. We're gonna mix things up a little bit. DJ, take over. take over. Do your thing, and you already know what it is, man. We're EK radio station. You know what I'm saying? Pose your show, and we'll be right back. Yes, that's right. I said we'll be right back. Yes, sir.
Nigga dope like a swinging sword. It's wartime, ain't no need to play. This slow ass nigga, you was never with us anyway. They say I'm gonna die for the things I say, so I went and got the Glock like you gonna roll with me today.
Right here. I-S-U-E-K.
Now hold on.